Well, that's a horrible looking rocker cover. Why don't we see if we can do something about it? Okay, so I haven't got a solution on tie rods yet, and so whilst I'm waiting for that to be sorted, and I've got a few emails out trying to see if suppliers can identify the equivalent to what I've taken off. So I'm going to I've got some paint to start doing a little bit in the engine, so we're going to take off the rocker cover and whatever this pipe is called. We're going to clean them both up. I've got silver paint, VHT paint. I didn't know if I needed it, but I've got silver VHT for the rocker. I was just going to use my normal satin black for that pipe. I'm also sort of doing service as I go around the car, so the oil has been changed recently, all the sparks are new. I do need to change the oil filter here, which I might do. This time I've got air filters to replace the air filters there. The fuel filter at the back here is a new one, so that's okay. So if I take the air filters off to replace them, I might tidy up the air filter housing as well, just so that we're working around a bit and tidying up a little bit inside here as well as everything else. Okay, so we've taken the rocker cover off and everything looks okay with it. The cork split in one place, so I've put it back on. There is a tiny split, and I don't know if it was already there or not, or I'm clearly going to have to order that cork sealer again. And I've just got it covered in plastic to protect it from any dust and stuff. If we look down, these pipes are pretty rusty in there, and in that one. So, and we can see on this pipe, well, I've actually already rubbed a lot of the rust off, but they were pretty rusty. And this bit here is meant to be welded on, I think, over here, whereas it was loose. I'm not sure if I will weld it back in or just leave it loose at this stage. I'll have a little think. I haven't quite decided. The advantage of it being loose is I don't have to get it in exactly the right place, and it still can be used as a support. These bits which pop in here, these are a rubber seal, and we can, sorry, these bits here which pop in there, so this is a rubber seal, and we can see the inside. This bit, the rubber is a bit cracked, so I think I might need to order new ones of those as well. But we'll start by cleaning everything up. So we've got a wire brush out. We've got others in the toolbox there if we need them. Clean it up and see what they both look like. Okay, so far I've only done the rocker cover, and that's been a wire wheel, then quite a lot of hand sanding with 80 grit sandpaper, and then back to another wire wheel. I haven't got it all off, so you can see this isn't rust. This is a bit of paint still on there, but nothing's shifting any longer, so I think I'm going to run with it like that. So I'm going to cover up those holes so we don't get paint on the inside. I am then going to clean it again, and then we will go for the VHT paint, and we'll hope it comes out well. Whilst that's drying, we'll take a bit of a break and come back and start on some of the other bits. Okay, so we've put a couple of coats on, and that's looking, well, I like it, looking pretty good. So we're going to get a third coat on there at least, maybe 4, because that's looking quite nice. We've cleaned off. I don't know what this is called, but it's the pipe that goes over for the heating, for the heater. So we've cleaned that off, and we're going to paint that. Rather than just painting that, we're also going to paint the air filter housing. So we've got those off to do, which are quite dirty on the inside as well. So there's quite a lot of black smoke and stuff in there. But we're going to do those as well to just clear that off. I'm considering doing these part of the service, so these filters will go. They don't look in terrible condition, but I'm going to just replace them with new as part of service, as part of doing this. So we'll get these all done and painted up today, hopefully, or over the next day or two. So we're going to start cleaning up these now. And I've had a request to try to remember to turn the jazz off when I'm talking, and I apologise for that. I do try to remember, but I go through periods of forgetting, and so I will endeavour to try and turn my music off, be it jazz or pop or rock or whatever I've got on the time, or classical even, but feel free to remind me if I forget. Okay, so we've got primer, cleaned them off, got primer on them, plus these are the inner rings for them, and our bar. The rocker cover's been stuck under the car for protection. Be left there for till tomorrow now, to make sure it's cured off. And so we'll be back out to paint these up later, but other than that we'll be stopping for the day. I think that's as far as we can go with them, really. So that's what we'll do. Okay, so those have had 3 coats, I think, now. So nice satin black. So we're going to leave those to dry for an hour or two, and then I'll move it so I can bring the stag back into the garage. So that's what our rocker cover now looks like, which I'm quite pleased with. I'm considerably less pleased with the black on this pipe and on my air filters. I'm displeased with them, not because of the black, because it actually looked good with the black. It's the clear coat I put on afterwards, and I used Simonese or Simonese, this stuff, and it's just rubbish. Okay, it is not high gloss, it is milky white. Okay, I've applied lacquer before, you know, clear coat, and it's come out really nicely. I haven't used this one before. I don't think I'll be using it again. Just really ruined it. I'll have to redo those at some point, but not yet. I started having a little play with the carbs and seeing if we can clean those up a bit, and that's with a bit of a wire brush, so wire wheel, this tiny little one on here. So I'm going to need to get some more of those very gentle ones, I think, for it. I'm also going to have to take it off to do, and when I take it off to do, I've gone in here with a bit of a rag and some brake cleaner to start cleaning, but really I need to take it all off to clean it up properly. Now, whether or not I'll do that next or in a bit, I don't know. I'll see how this video's going. I have ordered some tie rods to try and fix that issue based on what was recommended, but I've also had someone come back and say that the number I'm providing is actually a batch number, and is therefore doesn't actually help them with finding the right part. So Two have responded offering different things, and then this third one's come back saying, you know, you need the batch number. There's just a batch number that's no good. So I guess we'll see with the first one, and we'll work from there. And I think the scheduled date for that was Christmas Eve, so hopefully it will turn up then. In the meantime, we'll continue on some other stuff. Okay, well, I put the air filters back on, and I'm really quite disappointed and cross with myself actually about this, because this is what it did look like. It was nice, you know, just a nice black. I tried the lacquer, and the thing is, I decided in the past not to buy Simonese or Simonese or whatever it is paint, because I'd had bad experience with it, didn't like it. And I mean, God, look at that, that's awful. And then, you know what else I've bought? Is I bought another one. This is a chrome one, because I've got these lug nuts which are just horrible looking, and I thought rather than spending about £20 replacing them, I'd try it with a little bit of paint. Actually, I'd have been better off just buying them probably, because I'm sure they won't come out very well. Really cross. So with that in mind, I'm going to stop and try to calm down. We'll see how much video I've got, and if we're around the 15-minute mark, we'll put this up as a video, and we'll move on to something else whilst I'm waiting for the tie rods to arrive and see if I can try those. What I might do, I think, because I really don't like the look of it, is, you know, that is kind of always where my eyes get drawn, so I think that must be the biggest mess in here, and if I start with the biggest mess and work from there, because I'm not going to do the engine block because I'm not taking it out. I suppose I could get under and start doing, you know, I could take the steering rack off and actually paint that up, and things like that, but I think it might be the heater that I have a go at. And next, whilst I'm waiting for things to do, and maybe when I'm calmed down I'll strip that down and do those again. But at least I've got new filters in there now, cleaned it off a bit, and so I can say I've done part of the service from that point of view and move forward from there. It's the next day. Those air filter covers look dreadful. They're coming off, they're being repainted now. So we have the first thin coat of the black back on there. They already looks better. That's just a very thin coat to get it set in. So yeah, we'll finish these off later and get those on the car tomorrow. Shall I tell you why online shopping is brilliant? It's because you don't really do the, oh, I'll just buy that because you see it on the shelf as you're in the shop. So I was in a shop picking up something else, and I saw this chrome paint, and I thought, well, look at the state of my my wheel nuts. Let's try to do something about that. So this is, I mean, I think I can get 16 new ones for like, maybe it might be 38 quid, but I think it's 19, alright? I paid £7 for this, so, you know, why I bought it I don't know. But we're going to test it out now. So those 4 nuts are ones like on the car, because I've got the front wheels up at the moment. I have over here 8, which I've cleaned up a bit with a wire wheel. So that's what they look like. We're now going to try painting them, and we're going to see if this is any good, or if me hating the paint from this company is something I should really pay more attention to and just learn not to buy it. Well, no, I didn't clean them up that well because I wasn't expecting it to come out well. That's one coat, and actually that is, we'll see what it's like when it's dried, but that's a lot better than I was expecting. I might have to eat my own words, blimey. Right, I got 3 coats on there. I'm much happier with them now. Once that's dried tomorrow, they'll go back on the car. We won't worry about clear coat. That looks a lot better than it did. So there we are. Okay, and so that's the air filter housing back on. Looks a lot better than it did 2 days ago, but that was 2 days I didn't need to do really. Anyway, that's good. We can move on to something else now. I'm not quite sure what it'll be yet. And still waiting on tie rods. But you know, we're moving forward and it does look a bit better. I do like it when it looks nicer. And yeah, okay.